What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends, and we are on the Minimalist Challenge account today. Just wanted to do a quick update and also highlight a couple of cool champs that we've been working with on this account. As you can see, we just passed the 4-month mark, so we're actually working our way toward getting Lordly Legionary, and then at the end of the 6-month challenge mark we've set, we will pick up Seal of the Drake. So we just got Dark Elhain a week or two ago, so we've just been working on that. You can see here, Arbiter missions were on 45 out of 75. Kind of slowed down a little bit because I actually forgot when the Magic Heap was open that I had this challenge to do, so we could have been a lot further along at this point. So kind of derailed myself a little bit there. We're doing pretty good so far. I've actually been trying to keep on these in the limited amount of time I have to play this account. Definitely further along on these than I ever was on either my main account or my main free-to-play account, the amount of time that I played those. Great Hall is doing okay. It's not amazing. We got a couple decent ones built up. It's kind of difficult now because with this account, the way we placed so many restrictions on the champions we could use, it's been kind of tough to get out of Silver 4 and Gold 1. That's kind of where we fluctuate back and forth between. So you can see here this week we've only got like a 60% win rate. And I also haven't been able to play this account very much. That's another reason we haven't been able to farm Arena too much there, but we're doing all right. You know, we're considering we don't have any like AoE defense down, we're doing okay in terms of Arena. We're able to win enough each week to get enough medals, so not too bad. I want to talk about a couple champions you can see here today. We do have Geomancer. We did get him to 6 stars. We're working on building him up so we can eventually stick him into Clan Boss and stick him into a couple of dungeon teams there. We just got to get him some better gear. His speed is kind of so we got to work on that. But main thing I was going to talk about today in this video is actually going to be Ninja. He's turning out to be a huge help on this account. I actually re-geared him into some lifesteal gear to put him onto our Clan Boss team. Even though I'd like to get his speed up a little higher, he's only at 167. But we're a little limited on this account with gear. It's been kind of hard to farm. So we kind of have to take what we can get. Most of our good speed gear went to like Yaga and Jizo and Ethel. And I think War Priestess she's got some decent speed. But I think Ethel's our fastest at 192, and then I want to say High Katoon is up there as well. Pretty close to her, but she's not level 60 yet. So, but Ninja, I tell you what, he has been pretty good for our account. And I actually did start working on his masteries a little bit as well, but I want to show you guys how effective he is in Clan Boss. This is one of the things I said when they first announced this champion, was that he was going to be a really good character for early accounts just to get in the Clan Boss. Because you're going to see here when we throw him in, even without his masteries done, even with the gear not being amazing, you know, he's not at 100% crit rate. He doesn't even have anywhere near, I mean, he's not even at 70% crit damage. So the gear, you know, it's just a little bit of a struggle early on when you're in these accounts and you're trying to just get through the game and you're trying to take care of all these different champs. But you're going to see that he actually performs pretty well. We've only got him 3-star Ascension. If we could get him a little higher, we'd be able to get some extra accessories on him. But so far, he's been pretty awesome. The other guy that's really surprising me that I kind of missed when this fusion was going on my main account, I didn't really talk about this guy much, is Odachi. And I actually moved him into my Clan Boss team as well, mainly because he's got this little bit of shield ability on his A2 to keep himself alive longer, and he also does have this block debuffs on his A3 and the increased defense buff on the A3. So that's actually very helpful for helping our team survive a bit longer. And he's also been a dungeon carry for me. He's got this defense aura, 25% all dungeons. I put him in as a dungeon lead, and he's been helping us progress in some of the dungeons. So really impressed with this rare champion. I remember when they did the fusion he was part of, I had kind of missed out on him, but pretty cool champ. And I'm really having a lot of fun using this guy. Even though he's just a rare, he's got a pretty nice kit for a rare champion. And just thought I'd highlight that in case any of you guys might have him laying around or wondering if he's useful or not. But he's been doing pretty good. So roster's coming along. You know, we got a couple 50s here. We're just kind of using for general use. We did just get Dark Elhain, as I mentioned. I'm trying to build her up so I can bring her into the arena. I was able to get her to almost 100% crit rate and keep crit damage gloves on her. So we'll see how that works out. We're going to have to work on her masteries, of course, and get some books in her. But got some okay gear. We actually got a 6-star set of speed boots on her. So not bad. We're starting to come into some decent gear. And what I've been doing recently is trying to start farming spider so we can start building up some accessories, because we really don't have much. Wow, I haven't even looked at this one from so long ago. But yeah, so we're trying to get some spider farming going on because we just really don't have a whole lot of accessories. Want to build that up a little bit, and also we need to start working on our general gear. We've only got 159 pieces of gear, so we did do a gear cleanse the other day, so we just got to start working on our gear and getting it going a little bit, especially our lifesteal gear. We did get a 6-star sword here. I've been farming Dragon 13 as much as I can, so we just got to start building up our lifesteal gear so we can start getting our clan boss up to the next level. But let's go ahead and actually jump into clan boss. Now, we are still doing the brutal clan boss, and let's see here, kind of show you the team we're running. So we have Yaga in the lead for his accuracy. Then we've just got Jizo in there because he's got his masteries finished to War Master. Ethel has her masteries finished to War Master, so, or not, Giant Slayer, I'm sorry. So we got, a lot of damage coming out of them. Yaga's got the poison. We're working on getting his masteries done. And then Odachi and Ninja don't really have too many of their masteries finished, but they're still pretty effective. Like I said, Odachi's in there for that increased defense. At some point, I may put Ursula the Mourner in here if we can get some books in her, because she does have a decreased attack. We're eventually going to have to need that when we move up to Nightmare. But let's go ahead and just get this started. Now, obviously, this isn't speed tuned. It's on Brutal. It's on my second alt account, so it's not really something we're super concerned with. The whole idea on this account is to have a restrictive roster, to be able to build up resources and basically see how far we can make it in the game, placing all these different restrictions on ourselves. But we're doing pretty good, I think, so far on this account. It's actually my most enjoyable account that I have to play right now, just because of the challenge it presents, and the progression actually feels really good when you do get something accomplished there. But again, this is on brutal difficulty, so nothing special here, but this is about kind of where you'll be maybe at this point in your account. You may have gotten some good pulls, and you're up and doing Nightmare or also Nightmare already, but the reality I've found across my 3 accounts is it does take a couple months to get a decent clan boss team going, unless you're just super fortunate with your pulls and the gear that you get to drop from the game. So at some point, though, we do have Geomancer to eventually bring in here. He's a guy, though, I think we really have to get his masteries finished before he can make a big impact on the clan boss, and we also need to get him some better gear because he's just too slow right now. But you see here, Ninja's just throwing out this damage, and that's the crazy thing. And what I said about this, champ when he was released, he was going to be really good for taking out bosses. I've actually moved him into my spider team. He's been doing really good in the spider dungeon, and he just puts out a lot of damage, and it just kind of accelerates as it goes through. It escalates higher and higher as he's going through. He's got the decreased defense on his A1, which of course is really important against the clan boss. It's really helpful. So between him and Ethel, we have weaken and decreased defense up a lot of the time. He also puts out the HP burn, which is pretty good. So that's giving us some extra debuffs that just help out the team, even though we don't have, the major roster like we talk about all the time. But you can see there, Odachi, he puts that little shield on himself, which is nice. And in general, it's just, this team, it works for what it is for right now. We're able to get in here. And unfortunately, I don't usually have enough time to get on this account. It is my 3rd account, so I'm kind of lazy on my clan boss keys. I don't get my full 3 or 4 keys in each day, because if I was doing that, we would easily be getting the top chest on Brutal. Now, we do lose Yaga there at turn 14. His defense and HP is not really built up again. That's a gear issue right now that we just have to work on. And you'll see they're probably going to lose Odachi here pretty soon as well. Ethel and Jizo can usually heal up and last a couple more turns. But a couple weeks ago, before I really put Ninja into this team, we were only doing about 4 or 5 million damage on Brutal. And just bringing him over onto this team, even without his masteries finished, we've been getting close to 8 million a key now with him at 777. I need to go buy a lottery ticket or go find a slot machine. But you can see here, like I said, Ethel and Jizo are both, their masteries are completely finished. They're in okay gear. I actually did finally get a decent pair of crit rate gloves for Ethel, but between the two of them, even with Giant Slayer and War Master, I mean, look at Ninja. He comes in here with masteries not finished, and he's putting out 3.5 million damage. And I know it's brutal, like I said, but just kind of goes to show you, just out of the box, this guy's kit, once you get him some decent stuff on him, he's going to be able to just come in and do a decent job. And I'm kind of excited to get him, fully ascended, get some more accessories on him, build up his gear a little bit, and see exactly what he can do on the clan boss once we get those masteries of his finished. And even Yaga's, like I said, you know, I used Yaga for a long time on my main account because I never got that Poisoner. I never pulled a Frozen Banshee, you know, to be able to use her on my main account for several months. So Yaga was the guy, you know, I built it up to 6 stars. Everybody told me I was stupid, of course, but he got the job done for a long time. And you can see here, even, you know, his masteries aren't done. His gear's not great. He's coming in there with just as much damage as Jizo's got his War Master finished and some decent gear on him. So, you know, not too bad. Let's run another key real quick and see how they do. See if they can do better than the 7.77 that they did there. But yeah, this team's got some nice synergy. I do need to bring a little bit more support in here. That's why I was thinking about using Ursula the Mourner, since she does have that decreased attack that she can put on the clan boss. The problem there is it's on a 3-turn cooldown once it's fully booked, so it's not going to be up constantly. But we're starting to get, you know, now that we're building the roster up a little bit here, we're into month 4, or into month 5, I'm sorry. We're starting to get some decent champions that we could cycle in and out here. You know, obviously we want to get Geomancer in here, but I think we can, you know, make some changes as we go on. Yaga is going to be our only Poisoner for a while, just depending on what we have. But we do have Venom Mage actually in the vault, and if I decide to fully go full into the account at the end of the 6-month challenge period, you know, that'll definitely be a good clan boss champion to bring over, but we'll just see what happens there. The thing about Odachi, I wonder if he could be tuned to block the stun, because he does have that block debuffs, but I don't think the cooldown is too long to be able to do it. Otherwise, he'd be kind of a cool champ to run in some higher end comps. Looks like Jizo actually put the counterattack on Ninja. That's actually pretty good. I actually think Odachi, he puts out his damage is based on defense too, which is nice. He's got the defense aura, and then he does the increased defense buff on himself, and then his damage is based on defense, which works out pretty well. That's kind of the unfortunate thing about Jizo as a champion they give you early, is he's based on defense and he's got an attack aura, so it kind of doesn't really help him. It contradicts itself a little bit there, but yeah, Odachi's really been a fun champ to use, and he can do some pretty decent damage. That's why I'm kind of excited to get his masteries finished as well, because once you get that War Master or that Giant Slayer, depending on what kind of attacks your champion has, that could really make a huge difference. Alright, so we lose Yaga again here. We're probably going to lose Odachi here next turn, because he did take that stun. But our primary damage dealers are still up and running here. Yeah, Ethel can usually heal herself up pretty good there. So it looks like we're going to be right about the same as we were before. Probably right around that same 7.7 area. Unless, actually, you know what, we might be able to, oh, no, never mind. Sometimes the clan boss just decides to end it there. But you can see there again, Ninja with the 3.4 million just has become the MVP of this clan boss team, which is pretty cool. And Odachi, obviously, he's not really in there for his damage, but eventually that number will hopefully come up once we can get him some better gear and get his masteries done. So overall, pretty cool though. You know, now we're at the point where I think we could 3-key Brutal pretty easily, and definitely start taking advantage of that. So we're at 15.3 million, and then on Brutal we would need to get 21. So we could easily 3-key that now, and then have that 4th key if we want to start dropping onto Hard, or even attempting a key on Nightmare. I think Nightmare we need 9.7. We're not quite ready to jump up to Nightmare yet. You've got we got to finish. You know, my thing with going to Nightmare is, like, at that point you kind of need the gear to be decent. You need the masteries to be finished, and we're not quite at that point just yet. Faction Wars, we're doing, you know, for this restricted roster, we're not doing too bad. We're at 130 out of 185. I really don't focus much on this at all. Obviously, Sacred Order is our best one. That's where we come in and kind of do our keys there. Try to get at least a couple of glyphs. But I really, like I said, another thing too, not much time to play this account. So that's not really something we're doing too much. We did kind of start working on Doom Tower, even though I'm really not focused on this either. But I thought if we could come in and farm some of this gear off the Griffin, that might be kind of nice. Plus, it gives us some stuff to sell. to get some extra silver. We want to take a look at dungeons here. Let's see here. So our Arcane Keep we have pushed to 18, but you can see the times here start to get kind of long. So I just decided to stop there and just farm 13 usually if we need to get those potions. Spirit Keep, I'm not quite sure how far down we've gone here. I think we're at 13. The problem here is you need a heal reduction, and we don't really have a champion that has heal reduction yet, so that's going to be tough to push any further until we get something like that. Minotaur, we've been doing 15 for a while. Time's not great, but what I usually do on Minotaur is when the reset goes off, I'll usually just throw my auto battles on this and then go work out or go do something. Let that play in the background so we can get some scrolls going for some of our champions. Let's see, Ice Golem, we have pushed down to 13. We've got a halfway decent time on 13. We just wanted to get to the point where we could get some 6-star gear. There's not really anything here other than the reflex set that we really wanted to farm, so... and also, if there's any tournaments that pop up, we've got that done. Dragon, I believe we've gotten down to 16, which isn't too bad. So we're pushing pretty good here. It's just a matter of getting masteries finished, getting the right champions to get through, push down to 20. Spider, we really don't have a great roster for yet. We're able to farm stage 10, and I haven't really been doing Spider much. So that's been my focus this week, is getting into Spider, trying to farm and at least get some 5-star artifacts so we can start filling out some champions there. And then Fire Knight, I really have not done much over here either. We're at stage 11 right now. So, Spider and Fire Knight, again, are going to be the two tough ones until we open up some of those champions we've got hiding away in the vault that we've been lucky to pull. Obviously, we did the 40 Ancient Shards to get Geomancer, and then we did the 15 Voids to get Ursula. So we do have some champions we pulled during those events. We've got a big one sitting here waiting for us. We got a Suzerain, we've got Baron, we got your Carl. We got some champs that we have built for the Relic Keeper fusion. I got a Shield Guard that I'm eventually going to use. War Maiden to be ready for us. We got a Sky Touch Shaman. Some of the Rosin fusion. We've got an Apothecary in here. Sepulchre Sentinel. We've got Venom Mage. So we actually have some really good clan boss champions on the account. We just can't quite use them yet. And then we have Marked here. I wanted to save an extra copy of her. She's actually a very solid rare champion. And then Soulbound Boyer there as well is also a pretty good rare. So, I think even when the 6th month comes up, we're going to kind of see if we want to keep going with this minimalist approach, if we're going to just play the game the way we have been. But I think either way, I'm still going to keep this limited roster and just focus on a handful of champions, not trying to build up everything that I have. Because it seems like the game is so much easier when you just do that and just kind of take what it gives you and kind of use the better gear on your champions to kind of help you out there. As for our shard supply, you can see here, even though we pulled those 40 Ancients for Geomancer, we still have 85 Ancients. So we're just over 4 months into the game, and if we hadn't done that, we'd have 125. So it kind of gives you an idea of how much you get from the game just by playing it. We pulled 15 Voids for Ursula, so we'd have right around 22, and then we got our Sacred. I think we'd have 8 or 9 Sacreds right now, but I tried to go for the Duchess 10X on the 2X, and that's when we got Suzerain. Because I felt like that was a good enough opportunity where it's like we might be able to pull Duchess, who would be an absolute account changer once we got to that 6-month mark. But that's kind of the cool thing about this account too, is what I wanted to stress to for maybe newer players that are watching this is if you save your resources now, because of all the ways Plarium is doing things like these new guaranteed champion events where if you pull a certain amount of shards, you'll get that champion. So like when they did that for Geomancer, it's like, oh, well, 40 Ancients, we got 100. That's no big deal. We can go ahead and do that and get a very, very good epic champion, which is probably going to be better than anything we pull on a 2X anyways. Same thing with the Void Shards. Like on our newer account, it's like we're 2 months in the game and we can pull all these Voids and get Ursula the Mourner, who's a really, really good champion, instead of waiting on a 2X and pulling a bunch of rares and garbage and things. So that's kind of the thing. If you save your shards, you save your resources, then when the opportunity arises, you're able to take advantage of it. So that's kind of the whole point of this account. And I've actually found it to be kind of a fun way to play the game. So anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Just wanted to kind of keep this one a little bit shorter than the usual free-to-play series episodes. But I hope you enjoyed it. Again, just wanted to kind of talk about Ninja a little bit and highlight how good of a champion he is on a newer account or an account that's just starting out the first couple months. Even if you just take him to level 50, he's still able to come in and do a pretty good amount of damage for you, whether it's on the clan boss or against bosses. Even in the Doom Tower, I found him to be pretty solid there on my main account on a couple of those different stages. He seems to be pretty good on the first couple of Griffin bosses, the easier ones anyway. So pretty solid champ. Kind of cool that you get him for free now. Obviously, that's only going to be running till October, so if you're just starting the game, make sure you're getting in, logging in, and getting your ninja done to get that free legendary. So anyways, guys, hope you are having a great day. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.